on this channel, we only give you updates that concerns Chelsea and Chelsea alone. Alright guys, welcome back to another segment. You know the way we normally do it now. We're always there to give you guys updates that concerns Chelsea and Chelsea alone. Yes, Dave, you're welcome. And a lot of people has been asking about you, saying, please, Mr. Peter, where is Mr. Dave? I told them that you went to farm.
I brought cassava.
Cassava.
You know, Gary is expensive now. So we need to uproot cassava and process.
It's true. It's true.
Order for your cassava.
All right, but before we proceed, congratulations to Mr. Pulisic. He was the one that won the Kettle Sub prediction this thing show yesterday. I mean, the Spain versus Germany, Portugal versus France. So he's an obvious TV fan. So the guy called me yesterday to say, Mr. Peter, I don't know that somebody like me, I can win this kind of thing, though. So the guy was very, very happy yesterday that he was among those people. You know, all those things where they thought, say, do this, you go win this. They always hear him, but he never win him before. So it was a very good one for him to experience such. Don't relax. Go and register. Use the link on the comment section. Register on the platform and start doing your thing on it, because another one is coming up again. Another 50K is coming up again. You understand? But I'm here to talk about my lovely club, Chelsea. Dave, I know that you know what is going on right now. So many things are going on online when it comes to the Chelsea Football Club. But first of all, I want to start by saying, what is holding Enzo Maresca?
We need to go find that guy. We need to really know what is holding him, Sha. But from my own perspective, I feel like the UK elections are ongoing now. And probably from the UK law and enforcement, whatever, I don't know. I think it's wrong for any club to announce a new worker while the elections are going on, from my own understanding and opinion, because I've been reading some things concerning that. And the UK elections are going on right now. I don't think Enzo Maresca will be announced until after the UK elections are rounded up. It's even affecting a lot of things for most people that are into cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. It's affecting them. But it's fine. Our coach is safe and sound. No fear. Okay. Very soon it will be announced.
If you say so. If you say so. Because that one that you just talk right now, I'm not really aware, because I don't know what concerns the election and concerns our...
There are differences, you understand? It's not like our country here, you understand? So I think it's part of their law. But it's not, I'm not really certain, but I know that I read something about that. That has to do with the elections.
Okay.
You understand? So, but definitely our coach, Enzo Maresca, will be announced very soon. I'm certain about that.
All right. Yesterday, there was a name that was mentioned and is almost settled and done verbally, but it has not been... The contract level is not concrete yet, but definitely is going to be settled. I'm talking about, should I mention his name? Renato Veiga.
Oh, Veiga, okay.
He's 20 years of age. He's a Portugal player, plays for Barcelona. He can play as a left back. He can play as a left centre back. He can play as a defensive midfielder. He can play as a central midfielder. And why Chelsea went for this guy was because of the Ricardo Calafiori deal was no longer working, as in moving towards our direction. Instead, it was working for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the right move? And again, I heard that Chelsea did not just go for this player now. That Chelsea has been following up this guy since last year.
First of all, I'll say kudos to our scouts. They are doing a very good job, because the quality of players I'm seeing now. First of all, as a scout, you don't scout a player by his performance in a match. Maybe you went to scout him in a match and you saw that he did not do really well. You scout players by their abilities, what you see in them. They can do. They might not really perform on that particular match that you scouted them for. So I have to give kudos to the Chelsea scouts. First of all, the KDH deal was a good deal for me. And now we are bringing in another wonderful player, which is Renato Veiga. From the little things I've watched, of course, we're going to watch highlights. We don't watch Barcelona games.
Yes.
You understand? So we'll have to fall back to highlights. And The one thing I can pick from the guy is that he's a very good left-footed player, a player that can score goals. I mean, from free kicks, he has shots, he has the shots, the pacing on the shots,
Yeah.
and he's a player that I think he uses his passion. I see another Malo Gusto in him,
Wow.
just
wow.
that on the left side. You understand? It's on the left side. I see a player that's like a lot alike like Malo Gusto. And if you watch Malo Gusto last season, the way he played, it's not all about his skills or the way he carries the ball. You see a player that plays with passion. Even if it's 90 minutes, this guy will give you 100%. And it's the same physique with this Renato Veiga. My joy is that Renato Veiga is coming to play in the first team and Chelsea is not trying to loan him, although we don't know what could happen in the future.
Yes.
You understand? Transfer windows today. So, but it's a good addition for Chelsea. And let's not forget that he's a left back that can also invert into the midfield. Is versatile. That versatility is in that player.
Yeah.
And you need this kind of players because you don't know what will happen in the season. Sometimes your DMs or central midfielders might not be available. Just like last season, we had so many of our midfielders not being available. Now, in that case, this guy could have covered up.
Yeah.
And this is what I think Chelsea did very well by signing a player like this. So, good addition for Chelsea. Although this guy, AJ,
they have not really confirmed the sign, but he's almost, let me call it, is 98% done. 98% done. Okay, you're thinking this is older than his age.
He looks very old.
But they told us 20 years now, so we'll stick to that 20 years. The good part about the signing is that 11 million pounds. How much did we sign Malo Gusto?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That's what works for Chelsea again and again. When you sign a player for a lower fee, there are lesser expectations from him, and then you can cool down and play your ball. You can now prove to us why you're a good player.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So, Veiga, I beg, welcome to Chelsea. Should I say welcome in advance?
Yeah, still talking about the left back. Thank God you watched Marco Corella yesterday, and I believe that you also watched this other player. Let me just chip it in. I know that Chelsea have not really looked towards that direction, but we dey watch football, so we just have to just sink it in. You understand? Yeah. I'm talking about Nuno Mendes.
Wow.
Nuno Mendes, the Portugal left back that plays for PSG.
Yeah.
He's 22 years of age. I hope you watched that guy yesterday.
I watched him. In fact, speaking about the Euros, I've never enjoyed football since the season ended. Like the quarterfinals I just watched. Was it the quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Quarterfinals I just watched the two games, Spain and Germany and Portugal and France. More players the ball. I'm seeing a lot of revelations, like players that Chelsea would have gone for. And I will mention some of them here. But talking about Nuno Mendes, he's one of that player.
Okay.
I would have said if it's still possible if you could go for him to add. Then if we should go for Nuno Mendes, I think Chilwell is basically normal that Chilwell should go.
Okay. Because already the player sounds like somebody that if Chelsea should bring in a new left back, definitely.
This guy, the way I see him and from what he's playing, it's possible that he could bench Cucurella.
I mean Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes is this player, is this left back that has the pace and he has he's precise with his passes. Of course, he's a left footer, he's precise with his passes. He has the shot and he can last in games. Did you watch his penalty shootout?
Was the best.
Bro, now.
Was the best.
Come on. Did you see the hanging?
Was the best.
There is no goalkeeper in this world that want to fly and say, where do you want to fly to? Even if you say you want to suspend yourself on the air, your hand cannot reach that. He placed it well. And for a player that played 120 minutes
and still have that kind of energy.
That kind of energy to blast that shot. What are we not saying now? He's a very good player. I know some people will say, okay, Cucurella is better than him also, but avoid sentiment. I'll tell you, the guy is good. That guy is way above Cucurella right now.
But Cucurella is doing his own.
But he's doing a very wonderful job.
A
fantastic job. And I will not want Chelsea to sell him. But if this guy comes in, that's why I said if he comes in, players like Chilwell can go. and give space. There's nothing wrong with we having three.
It's not
down.
that Chelsea is pushing for him, or we just decided.
We are pushing Chelsea to push for him.
Okay. That's a very good one. So the likes of Ricardo Calafrio we can sign out.
No.
Sign out.
I've never been.
But do you know the funniest part? Do you know who is Calafrio's replacement? Do you know that Calafrio played for Basel?
Yes, that's what I was telling most people.
He played for Basel. When they sold him, they brought in Renato Veiga as a replacement.
And the guy covered the lines where he covered for him where. So for me, I was not all excited about Calafiori deal. I mean, the player is good. He played very well for
you are speaking from my own angle. I was never. I don't really buy into the Calafiori deal. It's not that I hate him, but
I like a player.
I was never moved by the deal at all.
For me, it's more about his abilities. I know that he's a player that can glide through, or he can play different positions. He can play as a centre back, but I was looking for that pace. You understand? There's something Cucurella does that I like the way he inverts into the midfield. But another thing about Cucurella is just like, would I call it an error from him or a limitation from him? Yeah. Sometimes when he inverts into that midfield, I've said this thing before, when he inverts into that midfield, he leaves a lot of space for the opponent winger.
Even in the Spain match.
The Spain match, if you watch that match, there was a pass, I think, I don't know who it was, it Florian Wirtz or Wirtz where passed that ball. And assuming that ball had passed that Spanish defender, I don't know, is it Nacho? I think.
Nacho,
if I had passed that Nacho, that ball would have entered the net. And that ball was coming from Cucurella's wing. He was supposed to cover that player very well. But because he was inverting to the midfield, he could not draw back and cover that winger fast enough. Now, we're talking about Nuno Mendes, for example. Nuno Mendes will not leave that kind of space because definitely he's this fast player that can cover ground very well. He can cover any opponent's winger.
With PSG sell him.
We are pushing Chelsea. Chelsea, we are pushing you. We are pushing you.
All right. Let's move over to the attacking area, talking about the centre forward. We have Jonathan David now that is available for whether 22 or 20 million pounds.
Okay.
And also is Napoli, with what I heard this morning, that we are hearing that Napoli is ready to bring down their price to do the business of selling Victor Osimhen. But you, use your church mind. Will you still push for Victor Osimhen if Napoli should bring their price down?
And the way you used to ask me about Osimhen, sometimes I try to avoid Osimhen talk. Because
you can't avoid it because people must always ask.
But people always feel like I don't like Osimhen. You understand? They always feel like I don't like Osimhen, but that's not true. I actually love Osimhen as number one, as a Nigerian, as an African, and as a player he is. But I'm always looking at the club side. I'm looking at for the best of the club. You understand?
Yes, that's our interest.
If we are signing Osimhen, it's going to affect players like McGui, number one, or because Osimhen is a player that will come and play almost half of the matches. So where do you fix? Where does Jackson come in? So what I'm trying to say is that it's not bad if you sign Osimhen, but if you're signing Osimhen, you should give space for players like Jackson or McGui, or we should let them go, probably on loan. Don't just carry them and put on the bench. Understand?
No, Jackson is not going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That is if
it's McGui that's my issue right now.
That is the problem, because McGui is one player that all of us are looking forward to seeing. He's a young player. I said something that day he's a player that can come in and is hungry to perform. That is one thing about young players. They always want to show themselves.
Yeah.
They want to prove to why we can be able to become one of the top prospects. But when you have an established player like Osimhen, he's already an established player. The number one, the expectation will be high. And if he doesn't meet up that expectations, all of us now ain't going to still come here and come and shout. You understand? So I'm not saying Chelsea should not sign him. I'm just in between. But if we don't sign him, for me, I'll still be fine. I'm looking at Jonathan David's number one, and there's another player that caught my attention yesterday when I watched him. Apart from yesterday's match that I watched him, he's one player I've been scouting for a long time. I'm talking about Fulkrug. I'm talking about Germany number 9. That guy is when you talk about a striker, a complete striker, Fulkrug was a threat to that. Do you know that if that match had gone on for another 10 minutes, Germany would have scored. Germany would have scored. So for me, I think he played very well. He was one of the threats during the Dortmund and Real Madrid Champions League final. I think he scored a goal that they disallowed. I'm very sure of that. He scored the goal that they disallowed. So he brings that threat to the box, to the defenders. It's just that dropper, that kind of player that can bully players. In fact, I won't use dropper. I'll use someone like Diego Costa that bullies defenders. And even while you try to grab him, Baba go use his head, puts the ball for net. You see some of the chances that he was not able to convert was because those chances were hard. No, it's not all strikers will convert such chances. You saw the one where he was almost shooting the ball, he hit the bar. It was because he was almost falling. If he stood well, that ball for internet. So for me, I like the guy. I think maybe Chelsea can, put their heads. Just check eye for the player. Let's scout him a little bit.
Already the scouts are in the Euros, so definitely they know what to do. Won't tell them what to do. And lastly, I'm talking about Wesley Fofana. Do you still believe in that guy? Do you think him coming back from injury, he will give us a long game time?
Okay, I was almost saying I believe in him 100% until you mentioned the long game time. That long game time is where my issue is. I don't really know if he can give us that long game time because there's something about injuries and players. When a player is going through injuries for a longer period of time, it reduces the quality of that player. You will see that the way that player has been before will not be the same again.
Yeah.
Too much of injuries is not good normally. It can wear a player down. It can reduce the quality of a player. So, but if it's whether I believe in his qualities or his potentials, I love Wesley Fofana. I think he's one of those defenders I'm looking forward to seeing if he stays fit. If he stays fit, I would like for him to be one of the starters of that defense.
Okay. Let's see what will happen in the case of Wesley Fofana. We don't want a scenario whereby preseason start now. You know that Baba is awful.
The truth about the matter, if he goes for injury,
sell him. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow this page because on this channel we only give you updates that concerns Chelsea and Chelsea alone. My name is Peters.
And my name is Big Dave.